What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Tommy Davidson is an awesome comedian. His stand-up is okay, but he's a really good actor. I believe that he's underrated, and that's key for today's conversation. He's now 58 years old. He is married now. But he recently talked in a recent interview with Page Six. He discussed his relationship with Jamie Foxx, and he says that they have not talked since 2020, in which he wrote a memoir, Living Color, What's Funny About Me, and he blasted Jamie Foxx. And he said that, Jamie Foxx was pretty much merciless, as mean to him. He would take shots at him all the time and try to throw him under the bus to impress Keenan Ivory Wayans and things like that. And so they were also in the epic movie Booty Call, where Jamie Foxx was called Buns there, and he was like, that Jamie Foxx wanted to steal every scene he could, and they almost got into a fight one time, which I've heard that because Jamie Foxx actually got punched by LL Cool J before. So I do know that level of competition with Jamie Foxx is there. But I want to talk about when people do this, there's a real reason for this, right? And Tommy Davidson and David Allen Greer, guys like that, definitely talented. But if we really want to be real, outside of being Oscar proud, the voice on the Proud Family, Tommy Davidson hasn't done shit in the last 25 years that was relevant. The reason why Tommy Davidson is even addressing Jamie Foxx, it's simple. Nobody gives a damn about Tommy Davidson. Nobody has given a damn about him since Keenan Ivory Wayans put him in position to be on the most talented show of all time with like Jim Carrey, Dave Allen Greer, Kim Wayans, Damon Wayans, Jamie Foxx, Sean Wayans, whoever else. All right. That talented Living Color cast. It was an all-star cast. It's the greatest show I've ever seen in the history of the Keenan. Great. But the reality is, guys like David Allen Greer, Tommy Davidson, they couldn't cut it after the show. They were only as good as the people around them. Jamie Foxx is an impeccable talent. He is a devastatingly great comedian. Awesome. Jamie Foxx stand-ups, there's only a few people I would say that's better than him. And that's Martin Lawrence is one of them in recent years. Jamie Foxx's stand-up, have you guys forgotten? Awesome. I Might Need Security. Anybody? His performances on Ray. All right. Awesome. As an actor. Awesome. Even in the new Spider-Man. Impeccable. Tommy, you haven't done anything. And the reason why you're talking about Jamie Foxx is because he's done it all. So what? I mean, you hear about all these players complaining about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was, he was this and he was that. And why are we talking about that? You're mentioning the guy because the guy won't mention you. Your career didn't do anything. So now you're trying to get some clout off his name. Because if you had been as equally as successful, you wouldn't talked about him. That's what it is. And the reason why he's not talking to your ass is because he feels you're a nobody. That's what it is. Jamie Foxx is simply too busy being successful. I'm going to tell you like this. If you guys are in the Black manosphere community, we're a small community here on Black YouTube, but we're the most talked about. Either we're the most loved or most hated. I can tell you about Kevin Samuels. Guys like me. Are we perfect? And Kevin is much bigger than me. When Kevin wasn't doing very well, you didn't hear a lot of folks complaining about him. Now that he's huge, you got all these people that want to get, all this clout and stuff, and he's like this, and he's like that. From people within this, I'm not talking about, just haters in general. People that actually worked with him before. Kevin does what Jamie Foxx does to Tommy Davidson, he ignores him. Now Tommy's like, I didn't mean to be shade. Listen, bro. You need to go work on your career. Go back and look at why you were not good enough. And the reality is you are an assistant comedian. You're like a Robin. All right. What does that mean? Jamie Foxx is Batman. You're Robin. All right. Jamie Foxx is Jordan, you're Pippen. Maybe not even that, all right? Jamie Foxx is Larry Bird, you're like Dennis Johnson, okay? That's what you are. You're not an elite talent. You can't carry the show. You are a good co-star at best. That's your role. That's why you never got any big deals. You're not a Will Smith, all right? You're not The Rock. You're not Chris Tucker. You don't carry the show. Nobody comes to see you, Otis, and you're 58. Listen, man, there's some things that should happen. Like it should stay off the scene. Like, okay, he did this, he did that. Fine. Let's not even talk about it. Like I waited, I've been holding it in this year, this long. Take it to your grave now, bro. Like, why you wait till 2020 to mention this stuff? Okay, because Jamie, you should have, you felt like you should have had those opportunities, right? Maybe you were not competitive enough. Maybe you don't work hard. Maybe you don't know your lines. Maybe you don't give a good effort. Maybe you don't have any relationships with people. Whose fucking fault is that? Whose fault is that? Like, seriously, I'm so tired of people who have the opportunity and the talent to do stuff, and then you hear a whole bunch of bitching and complaining and moaning and griping about why you couldn't do such and such an X, Y, and Z and all of that, such and the third. This is what you hear. Upset at people who are successful. I just don't get it. Why are people so pissed off at people who are successful? You don't want to work. You don't want to be an executive producer. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to make a way for yourself. You accept what people give you. So now you want to make a memoir, throwing the guy under the bus. And even if it did happen, some things are just, listen, some things should be just left under the bus. All right, under the road. It happened a long time ago. Leave it alone. You can't do that because you're a bum now. And I love Tommy Davidson. He's a really talented guy, but this is low. I'm sorry. It's low. You look like a fuck crybaby. You don't look like it. You are that. You are a crybaby. A crybaby. It is what it is. A crybaby. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the first clip at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.